What is up, YouTube? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. We're going to be talking about how to increase your BP in MHA today. I get a lot of these questions when I'm on stream, and I just kind of want to help you guys out because I know like a lot of people get like confused on the different ways to increase BP and stuff. It's actually pretty simple. I'm going to give you 5 steps or 5 different things that will help you increase BP. We're in headquarters right now. If this is the first time you're seeing headquarters, it means you don't follow me on Twitch. Go follow me on Twitch. Appreciate you. Love you. AlbelTheDark. Do it now, please. The hero needs you. The citizens need you. Become a sidekick. You got this. No, but all seriousness, I'm going to switch over to the game here, and I'm just going to kind of go over those little 5 steps. So if you guys are interested in that, stick around. If not, drop a like anyhow. I appreciate you. It's my first official YouTube video where I'm going in and I'm going to make this happen. And I need you guys to support this because without the citizens, without the dark, I got nothing. I got nothing, man. I need you guys. So let's make this happen. I'm going to go ahead and switch over here. Should be fairly simple. I don't even know if I need the headphones for this to really show you guys. First off, I just want to show you guys I'm legit. You know, if you're new here, I have 1.3 million, almost 1.4 million BP, total BP. We're getting there. We're getting there. I am the #1 on my server. Like I said, I know a lot of you guys may have not seen me before. And this is also my overlay for Twitch. I apologize. Get over it. It'll be fine. All right, anyhow. But I'm going to show you guys the 5 steps. So I have 5 things that are super important to work on for your BP. #1, the most important thing is going to be your gear. And you can see here, I almost have 28K poured into my gear. You know, between stats, between the bonuses here. Which honestly, if you didn't know this, the set bonuses actually don't go into gear BP, but your total BP overall. So we're going to kind of be just talking about what stats you want on here. And we'll just look at my helmet here because my helmet's really, really good. So as a level 60, you get 6 stats you're able to have. So the first one you're always going to look for is penetration, in my opinion. And that lowers the defense of the enemy you're attacking. Then you're going to look for crit and crit damage. Both of those are very important because crit damage in any game you play is always going to be a huge, huge increase. And if you're ever wondering why I'm looking down, it's because of the I'm playing on my phone. I actually naturally play on my phone. I don't play on my computer. But the next thing you're going to be looking for is your damage increase. So far we got penetration, crit damage, and damage increase. Those are our 4 main stats you look for. And then the 5th stat you're going to look for is actually attack. The 6th stat isn't as important as the others. It's just kind of like an extra BP. I go for HP because it tends to be the highest BP that I've gotten. You could also put decrease in that slot or one of the other ones. Probably wouldn't affect you too much. I recommend HP just for the total BP, and you can see all of my gear is going to have those stats on it. Some, you know, obviously not completely maxed out. Not all of them are gold. I'm not the luckiest man in the world. But you see here, instead of HP, I actually have tenacity because I rolled a 120 on tenacity. No reason for me to replace that right now unless I get a 120 or a 660 or whatever it is on HP. And then we're going to look at, you know, all just HP right there. Obviously, you're going to want to try to get the best. If you can get orange stats are really good. Those are going to be the highest stats you can get. I got an HP 900 here. So obviously, with it being pink, I wanted that over anything else that was coming through. But all of them are going to have that. Once again, crit damage, attack, penetration, damage increase, and HP is what I go for. Now, that is subjective. You don't have to go for HP, just to remind you. You're going to want to do your assessment runs every single day. It's super, super important that you do your assessment runs. You can see here, I should have saved one to show you guys, but you can see here I have all of my gear completely modified out. And what that is the blue blueprints that you get. Sorry, I got tongue-tied. The blue blueprints that you get go into these, and you're going to want to try to max these out, and I'll show you why in just a second. We're going to talk about boost first and enhance. So your boost is probably the most expensive thing to do. It's the hardest thing to get because you can only get so many alloys a day, and we can run you through it. The way you get alloys in a second. I'll run you through those. But you're going to want to try to max all this stuff out. It's so important. Every little thing you can do on your gear is so important. The next thing is going to be obviously your enhances. Spread those out evenly. Do not enhance one to 90 and have the other ones at 20. Terrible idea, and I'll show you why right now. So if we go over here, this bottom tab right here on the bottom right, enhance, it shows you the gear master. You have the gear master right here, and if you equip 7 pieces of gear, plus 80. So under that enhance at plus 80, I actually get an additional HP plus 540 and plus 90 on attack and plus 90 on defense, and that, you know, that's obviously a big boost. Big boost for just doing what you're already doing to modify your stuff anyhow, or to enhance your gear anyhow. And the same thing with the modify, equip 7 pieces of gear, modification plus 19. And this is why you want to evenly distribute. Now the modifications are a little bit more important. You can see here you get HP plus 2000, attack plus 340, defense plus 340. And you can see that's slightly larger, almost 4 times as much. 4 times as much as the enhance. So it's a little bit more important to modify. You have to work a lot harder for these, in my opinion. Enhances start to take a lot more, but the modifies are the big thing that you can get now. Do your assessments. You're going to go in and you need to do every agency assessment you can. Do these. If you can do floor 10s or higher, that's great. But if you can't, still do floor 1 through 9. Because you get those modified things and you get those vials to enhance. It's super, super important. That's the general basis on gear. And like I said, this is the #1 thing you're going to want to work on. Another thing is make sure you keep your sets. Keep your sets. If you, let's say I had, right here you'll see I have a 3 set. Even though I have a 4, I have a 4 set in here, I can't get another 4 set like combo. I would only have 3 3s and 3 4s. So I actually kept my 3s. That way I get that set bonus for that. It's very important because that's actually not included in your total gear BP. But it is included in your total BP in general, which you can see here is, you know, obviously very high. But seriously, work on your gear. It's very, very important. The next thing you're going to want to work on is chips. And we'll go into chips real quick. And cards as well. It's going to be the next thing. But chips is probably the second most important thing in my opinion. And in general, you're going to try to go for, this is actually a good chip to show you because I can show you what not to have and what to have. So this is my Endeavor. He's obviously SSS plus, so he's really high because of that. But you're going to go for, in general, you're going to go for, whether they're a technical speed or a power character, you're going to go for that stat. You don't want, if it's a technical character, you technically wouldn't want speed on here. And you can see I actually got a bad roll on this Endeavor chip that I'll eventually want to change. It didn't roll bad enough to where I was like, oh, well, you know, I have to replace it now. It's still a decent chip. It's just not the best chip you could have. Having penetration is huge. Crit's not as important as maybe crit damage. But, you know, it's all RNG at the end of the day, so you got to get what you get. So then you're going to go, that technical 3 is amazing. You know, crit 3 is not bad. Penetration's what you want. And we'll look at a little bit better of a chip here. This is a really, really good chip. So I rolled crit, which is good. I would have rather had crit damage because as you get more progressed in the game, crit is getting more on your gear anyhow. And it's going to have a max point eventually. So you're already, if you have a 50% crit rate already, you don't really need to add on to that. You're already hitting crits almost every other attack. But, you know, we get what we get and we don't pitch a fit, right? So we got technical 3, penetration 3, and damage increase. Damage increase is replaceable, but you really want to get that technical speed or power depending on the character. So for Endeavor, it would be technical. For Izuku Midoriya, it is speed. For All Might, it's power, depending on that character, or Chaco, it's power. Stain, it's speed, you know, so because that's what kind of character they are. But you're going to generally go for their main stat, and then you want to get penetration, crit damage, and damage increase. That's what I would go for. Now, crit is replaceable by any of those as well. That's a really good roll. Same if you don't get technical, maybe you rolled a perfect chip, which if we go over to my, I think it's my All Might here. I have no, not my All Might. I have a couple really, really good chips on some characters here. Anyway, here's an example of an almost perfect chip. Obviously, it rolled into crit level 4. I would have rather it not rolled into crit level 4, but it has everything good on it. Speed, crit damage, crit and damage increase. Super good chip. Thought I had one that I could really show you here. Right here. This one doesn't have speed on it, but it still rolled damage increase, crit, and penetration. Still a fantastic chip. You still want to try to go for that. And then we're going to look at the overclock on it. I'm not going to get too much into it because it's pretty simple. I mean, once you start getting the hang of the chips, just going for the right things is all that really matters. And then you're going to want to level them up. And make sure, if you can get 6 stars on everybody, focus that as well because you get that set effect. Obviously, that's really, really important. But you can see here my overclock. I've overclocked these a lot. But generally, what you're going to want to do, if you're looking for total BP, you're going to want to overclock every chip you own on a character to 1. It is not chip locked. That's super important to say. It is not chip locked. It is actually locked into the slot of the chip. So if I remove this chip, you can still see the 4 on the box for the expansion chip. Okay, so that means if I put another chip in there, it would still have that overclock, and that's very important. That's the same thing with gear as well. I didn't go over that, but it is the same thing with gear. The modifies and stuff don't go into the piece of armor, but they go into that slot. It's very, very important that you try to get those overclocks and stuff. And the way to get those is going to be your team up. So if we go to our solo, or I'm sorry, our co-op, we go to team up. We can do this, and I will be doing a video if you guys are interested on how to properly do team up. The best method to always 100% complete it, and make sure that it can't make sure you get rewards because it's RNG, but make sure you do complete it every time. If you guys are interested in that, let me know below in the comments, and I will make that video as soon as we can. So that's pretty much, you're going to do, like I said, you get those through night ops. You want to try to do your highest night ops always. If you can do traces in night, honestly, only recommend this one. The other ones are trash. You only really want to do traces in night, and you want to make sure you try to get those buffs as well in the shop. So if we go to the buff shop, you want to try to get the night ops buff. It's not exactly 25%, but it is a higher chance, which is very important. Save up for it. It's only 1,000. Save up for it. Get that buff. It's very, very important to me, to everyone to be able to get those extra runs in the night ops. The third thing you're going to work on is cards, and I'm actually going to be working on a video also for cards on which cards to put into each character. So I'm not going to get too much into those, but the third thing you're going to really want to work on is those cards. So getting breakthroughs on their EX cards. Some EX cards aren't better than other cards, but like I said, we'll get into that later. But making sure that you're pulling for the right cards. Cold Shot's a really good card. Unconscious Monster. But you're going to want to just make sure. I have some characters. Let's go to a character I don't have. So this is an example of what you don't want it to look like. I just have some random mumbo jumbo in here. That's going to, some of it's decent. Some of it's not so great for Hawks. But I don't really, obviously my Hawks is S. So I haven't really pulled on him too much. My Stain, this is a good one right here. I have Combat Fist. Combat Fist isn't the best card for crit. Obviously, Cold Shot is, but it's actually the 3rd of the best. But like I said, we'll get into all that if I do a card video soon. When I do a card video soon, we'll get into all that. But cards are going to be really important, and you're just want to you're going to get ready. I guess the best way I can say it for that, if you don't know what to do now, get ready. I'm working on a video. We're going to go over each individual character and what you need to do on those characters and what cards need to be placed on those. But make sure you try to get those cards, try to get them working in there, at least get something in there that boosts them based on how you use them. But that's probably going to be the 3rd most important thing. Talent trees are very important. We'll do this as our 4th. Number 4, talent trees. You're going to want to try to complete each talent tree. I recommend trying to fully complete. You can see here I don't have Ochako's done because I'm actually working on All Might's. I'm almost done with his as well. Should have already had his done. I made the mistake of not thinking talent trees were important, but they really are. They really, really are, and you're going to want to work on those. An example of a talent tree that really matters is Ida's. And you guys, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you know that Ida, Ida is a very, very powerful character in the right hands. But he's only powerful if you finish his talent tree. When I unlocked this talent tree, this talent right here, this is my last talent I unlocked. I went from doing 230k DPS, I did 611k DPS. That's more than my Endeavor, just from finishing his talent tree. Each one is so important on Ida. And that just shows how much talent trees mean. So try to finish those, save up every day, you know, try to finish like all the way on your most powerful characters. Recommend if you're free to play, focus on Ida. He's going to really help you in the long run for like raid bosses and stuff like that. But let's say you have, I don't want to flex all that on you guys right now. But no, you really do. You want to work on your strongest characters. If you have an S Endeavor and you don't have the Lance card, is that the Lance? Yeah, if you don't have Blazing Pursuit, might not be a good idea to work on your Endeavor as much as maybe some other characters. He's still probably one of your stronger ones, but my Suyu, if I didn't have, if my Endeavor wasn't, didn't have his Lance card and wasn't SSS plus, and maybe he was SS, having an SSS plus Suyu, my Suyu does like 120k DPS. It doesn't seem like a lot, but for a character that you get very easily, she's actually very powerful. You just have to learn how to use them. And I can do, if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments as well. I'm going to be saying that a lot because, you know, this is my first video. I just want you guys to know that I want to make this content for you, but you got to let me know what you guys want to see. Because I'm clearly a whale on MHA in MHA terms, and I do know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to this stuff because I've had to learn it to be the best on my server, to be the highest on my server. And you can see here there are a couple other wells on my server as well. Server 21, in case you guys are wondering. I lead the head alliance, so I do know what I'm talking about. It's all very important stuff. It's all very important stuff. If you want to get stronger where you can do those higher floors, you need to really focus on those 4 things. The fifth thing you need to worry about, and this isn't like a super important thing, are gonna be the assists. All right, and if we go to look, let me make sure that's what I want to. Obviously, you want to finish your skills, but if you go to assists, you're gonna see here that you can get 3 assists on each character. But what the assists do is they actually do a base damage based on your hero's power. So you're gonna want to find the 3 strongest ones for each class. So you end up needing like two speeds, you really need to focus 6 total, 2 speeds, 2 Ts, and 2 Ps, where you focus their talent tree, or I'm sorry, their oh my gosh, their affinity. Sorry, I couldn't think of what it was called. You're gonna focus their affinity, so you're gonna go in here. I try to get each one to about 5. There are a couple like Suyu I haven't focused on because she's not really in my range of thought that I'm gonna use on an assist. But you can see here I started working on Shoto recently. You know, I got him up to level 5 because he's a little bit stronger than Momo, which I was focusing on. I didn't get Momo until kind of late. But if I go to assist here, let's go to Endeavor. You can see here Shoto as Ice Wall does 864%. While her shield does 702%. Now, it isn't much, it's a 22, but that extra little bit, now, if I were to take this off completely, let's go to a character that doesn't do as much. It's 616, you know, or 617, and I'll switch that back over. You know, so, I mean, it's not like a huge thing, but assists kind of do matter, because the stronger they are, the better. With you doing, like, mock contests and stuff like that. And if you guys ever want to see that as well, how to do each mock contest the fastest, I can do that as well. I am number 1 on my mock contest. Let me flex that real quick, just to show you guys. I'm not lying. I am number 1 on pretty much everything in my server. I try to be. The only thing I'm not is the raid, and that's because I just finished my Ida recently, so I'm going to be working towards that to be the number 1 on that from now on as well. You know, and it's just it's like challenging to me to try to be that number 1. But really, those are the main things you're going to want to work on. Obviously, you're going to want to try to get your heroes level up as well. But I think chips are more important than levels, to be fair. And you can see here I'm starting to work on getting all mine to 120, 100 right now. But I'm going to start working on 100, and then I'll start working on 110, and then I'll start working on 120. It's a long process after that. Because there is a stall out point where it takes a little bit of time. Watch out for events. Save up your, save up your stuff. You guys got this, man. If you have any questions, I stream on Twitch. AlbelTheDark, once again, plugging myself in. AlbelTheDark on Twitch. I stream every morning after reset. Where we talk. Anytime you guys have a question, want to come in, let me know. I would love to help you guys. I'm always here to help. But that's essentially the best way I can say. And I'm sure there's some things I missed. It's a quick video I'm just making for you guys. I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate everybody that does follow me and supports me on Twitch. We're gonna be reaching out here on the Facebook, or I'm sorry, on the YouTube community, Facebook community as well. Love you guys as well. But the YouTube community, I'm gonna be trying to make some videos for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do enjoy, hit that like button. Leave some comments for me. Let me know what I can do better. This is my first ever video for you guys. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being a part of the dark. Let's head back to headquarters real quick so I can do this. I can do this ending for you guys. Always want to end on headquarters. Get a little flex in there. I would have done a plus ultra for you, but I don't have it on this screen. But I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for supporting me. If you guys have any questions, please come into stream, ask, leave it in the comments below, however you want to do it. I'm going to try to make the best content I can for you guys. Every little bit helps, I know, but just keep supporting me. We're going to go places. We're going to help a lot of people. I appreciate you guys. God bless, and hero out.